Hi everyone! Welcome back to Tabletop Worms. Today we're going to be talking about the dumpster fire that is Unity and their changes to subscription plans that have united the community against them. See what I did there? United. Unity is a game engine launched in 2005 that was designed to be more accessible to developers. Many independent and indie games are made with Unity, such as Cuphead, Hollow Knight, Tunic, Among Us, Untitled Goose Game, Pokemon Go, Cult of the Lamb, and so many more. Unity currently has a free version for personal use and a yearly subscription per seat, or per person permitted to access and use the software, for developers and businesses. These prices are anywhere from $2,040 a year per seat to $4,950 per year per seat. After that point, any money generated with the Unity engine is for the developers to keep. On September 12th, Unity announced that they were changing the structure of pricing plans for their products, specifically for their Unity runtime software, which is the code that executes and runs games on players' devices. Under the new pricing plans, developers that meet certain thresholds and utilize Unity's engine will be charged anywhere between 1 cent to 20 cents per installation of the game per month, depending on how many installations there are, the subscription of the developer, and the country where the game was installed. This shook the gaming industry to its core. Developers and players alike had many questions, such as, how do you track installs? Will this fee be per installation, per customer, per device? Who pays for games distributed by third-party vendors like Microsoft's Game Pass? Can this be done unilaterally? Is this retroactive? Is this even legal? After being bombarded with questions by developers, Unity released a post on X later that day with a link to an FAQ section addressing common questions. The responses to this post were unhappy, to say the least. The biggest criticisms revolved around the proprietary model used to track installations. Unity has stated that installations are defined as initialization of a project on an end user's device, and that they are leveraging their own proprietary data model and will provide estimates of the number of times the runtime is distributed for a given project. They also believe that the model gives an accurate determination of the number of times the runtime is distributed for a given project.
Wait, how can Unity tell the difference between a legit installation and a pirated installation? Pirates have been getting around those features for years.
Unity claims that they are creating solutions to address this issue within their model. The installs will also be counted once per device and are not retroactive. So if someone bought a game for the PC and again on their phone, and it's installed on both devices after January 1st of 2024, that would count as 2 installations. For games distributed through subscription services, such as Microsoft Game Pass, the subscription service, not the developer, will pay the fees. Developers immediately united together to share their opinions on the issue. The group to speak out first was Devolver Digital, followed by Gary from Gary's Mod and the developers of Cult of the Lamb, who said they will be deleting its presence in digital stores as of January 1st, 2024 due to these changes. Taffer King, the lead developer of Gloomwood, said that Gloomwood would be his last game on Unity even if they did roll back their changes. Developers such as Azure Games, Voodoo, Homa, Crazy Labs, and more wrote a letter stating they are turning off all Iron Source and Unity ad monetization until new revenue conditions are reviewed. But why did this change spook so many developers? After all, it's only 1 to 20 cents an installation, depending on certain thresholds. It can't be that much, right? Let's do an example. Let's say you have a game that averages 2 million installations a month. That would mean Unity would get almost $80,000 from your studio each month if you're on the Pro plan, and $56,500 a month if you're on the Enterprise plan. But if you're getting 2 million installations a month, that has to at least cover those expenses easily, right? Well, let's take a look at user TK Vel, who wrote this on the official Unity forums.
Just woke up to this, and I'm wondering what this means for my studio. We are a small studio based in Paris, France. Right now, we are on the Unity Pro license, and our revenue for 2022 was $800K, and 2023 is projected to be between 1.1 and 1.2 million. It is a mobile game with some cosmetics, IAP, and a very small ARPU. Combined on iOS and Android, we have monthly 500K downloads. We need the Pro plan because we are over 1 million revenue and downloads for 2023. After removing platform cuts and paying salaries, currently we have no money left to reinvest. So if I calculate this right, does this mean that in the first month we will have to pay 100K times 15 cents plus 400K times 7.5 cents, which will equal 45K. How is this possible? Am I making some kind of mistake here? After 2 months, it will drop down to 10K and then stay there, but that will still be over 150K paid to Unity. Just in 1 year, I don't understand how we are supposed to pay this. Unity says they are targeting only a small group of developers, and I don't understand why. But why are we being targeted? Please tell me I am making a mistake in my calculations. I'm freaking out a bit here. Renee.
This post was followed up by user Matt Carr, who noted that the fees are based on new installs per month, not per year.
Wait, per month?
That's right, per month.
What the fluff?
So why is Unity looking for more money from their clientele? If If we take a look at Unity's history, they bought out Amplifier in March of 2014, Vivox in January of 2019, Weta in November of 2021, Ziva Dynamics in January of 2022, and ironSource in November of 2022. Most of these moves appeared to be good for the company. However, the acquisition of ironSource for $4.4 billion in stock in 2022 and $153 million worth of stock-based compensation in Q2, roughly 30% of the company's revenue, may have caused Unity's pocketbook to feel a little too light. However, in the 2 weeks before the announcement, CEO John Riccatello and CFO Robin Sisko, as well as other board directors, sold some of their Unity stock. As of this recording, Unity stock is worth $36.32 a share, meaning that the sales by John and Robin are really notable, as they sold when the stock hit $40 a share 6 days before the announcement. Robin's sale was about 64% of her stock, resulting in a roughly $1 million payout. Yahoo Finance on September 9th noticed this trend of directors selling their stock and wrote that recent sell-offs should raise questions about the company's future prospects. So did the higher-ups know this idea was going to be poorly received? Is this method of revenue what Unity thinks will work for them? Let us know what you think in the comments below. We now go live to our senior gaming correspondent, Monty the dog, who is outside Unity headquarters right now. Monty?
I am now mad!
Thanks, Monty. I think this new revenue stream is, quite frankly, unsustainable. I have a PhD and I have read many research papers in my years. When I hear the words proprietary model, what I hear is, we won't tell you how it works, but it gives us the results we want, so we're using it. The fact that Unity won't tell us how the model works, and not even the nitty-gritty calculus that runs in the background through R or Python or whatever programming code, but the theory behind it makes me think there isn't an algorithm after all. I mean, if I had a way to detect pirated games installed on a computer without any issue, I'd be selling that software to companies like Microsoft, Apple, Google, etc., not hiding it and using it to nickel and dime my clients. There's also the fact that this hits independent studios the most. We already saw how it can hit a developer that has 500,000 downloads a month. Imagine what would happen to an indie studio that made a one-hit wonder overnight and suddenly they're in the hole because a game they made went viral. I would be worried about having to pull my game from the App Store in case it did well enough to pass a threshold but didn't do well enough to make all that money back. Top that off with counting the installs being reset monthly, and I cannot imagine how much stress these developers are under. Anyway, if you made it to the end of this video, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps our channel grow when you do. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see y'all next time. May your day be fabulous and full of friends.